Everyone. Limestone Research Market Update Edition 5. Hope you're going well. Let's have a look what is happening. Today is Thursday, 29th of June, local time here. We can see what's happening in the markets. Some big news here as the headline. Looks like they had a meeting overnight. Powell and the central bankers see more tightening as economies withstand hikes. Wow, this could be interesting. Let's have a look. So, as we all know, the inflation fight is not done, and they are putting out some hawkish tones. Have a look at him. JP sitting there. He looks pretty relaxed. We could see this was overnight. The global economy and inflation have so far proved surprisingly resilient to a barrage of interest rate increases, prompting top central bankers to promise more of the same on Wednesday. So this is going to be very interesting. It could be just the tone that they want to keep pushing as markets are running at the moment or have run in the last month. We'll have to see. We know it is getting close to the end of the financial year. Quarterly updates, earnings season around the corner. And it's probably going to be some big moves. Wait and see on that one. It's probably not what a lot of people want to hear. Have a look at the S&P, pretty much flat. We've had a huge run in the last month. Look at this, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 weeks of green. We had a little red last week and this week green. Can see this now preparing itself for earnings season to see whether or not some of these predictions play out, whether or not there's pullbacks. I could see this pulling back, not financial advice of course, but it is above the 200-day, and some of these extensions here I think will be tested. Having a look into local markets here, I wanted to touch on the king of commodities, king of Australia, biggest market cap company, BHP. We can see here on the weekly, this is going back to 2020. Pretty much been in a bull market for the most part. Currently bouncing right on the 200-day moving average. What's interesting to note is if we have a look, the last dividend, we had ex-dividend date for BHP, the 9th of March. Obviously, it was a pretty sizable one, seeing that commodities have had a strong run in the last 12 months. Dividend are looking pretty good from BHP. What's going to happen this month is going to be interesting. We have a look, 9th of March, I'd say was roughly around this period, which is normal to see when you have a dividend. The price drops to meet the difference. We came down about roughly 10, 12%. We have a look, bouncing right off that 200-day. Then a little bit of a recovery. That was short-lived, and then the last few months we've pulled back, and we can see a nice little bounce here. Now what I'm thinking, if we go into earnings season, even if we are in a positive position for BHP, they might release the same size dividend, who knows. We could see 10% drop that pulls us down to somewhere in the $40 mark, which puts the chart into a bear market, which will be interesting. I have a feeling they might hold back a little bit, potentially try to protect the share price. We'll have to wait and see. As you can see, the A200, that is also bouncing right off the 200-day, and we can see back in the end of Feb, March, we had dividend paying season as well for that month, which saw roughly 6-7% dip in share price for the A200, which is quite significant. Again, it's going to be interesting to see if we have that type of drop from where we are now. That's going to put us well below the 200-day moving average, which will be a bear market, which probably is about right for the potential upcoming recession. Things have slowed. I'll be watching to see what happens with these larger companies, to see whether or not they hold back on a dividend, cry poor potentially, say that we're going to not release as big size of a dividend potentially, and that will also impact the average punter's pockets. So yeah, I could see some harder times coming the next quarter, 3 months potentially, before we start to rebuild again, and potentially the interest rates are dropped subtly later in the year. Interesting times. None of this financial advice, of course. Hope you guys enjoying these episodes. Plan to put out a few more coming up. Please subscribe. My name is Steve. Have a good one. Cheers.